Thank you very much.
No problems.
Then I would like to take the opportunity to talk about the International Harbour Master Association. Next slide.
Just give me a moment.
Thank you. Then the International Association has been existing for several decades now. And as the International Port and Harbor Association that deals with the Port Authority at, I would say, governance level, the International Harbor Master Association is really the professional body for the people and individual involved in the safe, secure, and efficient conduct of marine operation in port waters. Our membership is represented over 50 countries, and the association brings really expertise and a very broad experience from all around the world. Next slide. As you know, and I have been a harbor master for also several decades now. If I look at the role of a harbor master along all these years, the role have expanded quite drastically. If we look at the earlier responsibilities of the harbor master in ports around the world were mainly around and regarding the maritime and the marine aspect, movement of vessels, safety. With the expansion of ports and with the complexity of operations, the supply chain, the performance criteria and requirement, the role of the harbor master has evolved for managing not only the marine side, but also the whole supply chain, the land, truck traffic, railway, etc. After that, we've seen, all the environment expectation, not only from a port operation, from community perspective. Then this is another piece, very important, that has been also the day-to-day aspect that the harbor master has been, now involved in. After 9/11, also the security was also a big issue, and harbor master had also to take that within their role and responsibilities. Then, as you can see, year after year, the harbor masters around the world have been involved in broader and broader aspect of, I would say, not only port operation, but the whole supply chain operations. They are involved in some parts, also in the strategic planning, where they've been involved, in port development. Other port, we've seen harbor master also responsible even for the media and being spokesman for any safety and security issues. Then it's a role that it's very well known from the mariners, and we were talking about crew and ships. They know the harbor master. They know what is his role, and it's very respected into the maritime field. But we see now more and more this role being also very known from the public. I know for a fact when I was in different port where I had to be involved with the public on regular basis, and I was the face of the Port Authority. Then again, through this association, we bring all this huge and very broad expertise to everyone else. Next slide. Again, in a nutshell, we have over 250 members, and we have within the association, we have also the European Harbour Master Committee. Lately, last year, we have in place now the African Harbour Master Association that started under the umbrella of the IHMA. And also, this is really a place where we can share relevant experience, we can share expertise. There are webinars, there's a lot of platforms where we can connect and collaborate. And IHMA is also involved in several levels of operations and management expertise. We are on several international task force and working group. PIANC, we also work with IMO, IALA, and where we provide our expertise and experience. Next slide, please. Now, when you come to the impact of the COVID, as you know, ports were always on the front line. I remember I was in Vancouver when the 2008-2009 crisis hit, and I didn't have to read any newspaper to know that something was going on. I had to look at my traffic in my port, and we knew before even the headlines that there was a big crisis around the world. We saw it through the traffic, but we saw also even before the rebound of the economy, we saw that also through the port. And when the COVID hit this time, a pandemic, I know that several ports and that we know they had in place plans, but not at such a level. The main port dealing with for example, cruise operation, they have health plans, for any onboard pandemic and things like that. But such a pandemic, worldwide, was so quick and so extreme that it was quite impressive how all the ports suddenly had to rethink, had to reorganize themselves. It was a challenge that they have taken face on, and they've been able to harness that challenge and to learn from it. Next slide. Then we saw that this pandemic has affected several ports, and in all around the world. We've seen major hit in Europe and the Mediterranean region, and although we saw the impact, the overall, and this is what we learn from several economic review, that there was not really a major impact. And this is talk about the resiliency of the ports around the world and the people, because again, at the end of the day, it's people that are here working every day to ensure that the cargo will move fluently, efficiently, safely, and securely. Next slide. We were talking about port as critical infrastructure. This major event has even brought the intensity one step above. As soon as the pandemic hit, as I said, there was really a strong collaboration and work together to try to ensure that the supply chain will not be stopped. And all around the world, in Canada, ports has been categorized as essential services to ensure that they will get all the attention and all the help and the support to try to move to normal activities. And we call it the new normal. As Captain Subramanian was saying, you know, we had to change SOPs. We had to extend, you know, the shift. There was a lot of things that port had to do and to take on. And again, this shows again the resiliency and the, you know, the heart that all the people working in ports had to put to make that possible. And when we look at what happened, you know, with the peak, the first quarter of 2020, and the rebound, and how the ports were able to cope with that. Overall, what was recorded around the world was minor delays. You know, in context, looking at the context, it was quite dealt with in the good way. And although considering the complexity, as I said, ports were used to deal with, you know, regional, local issues, health issues, but such extensive and such broad, you know, involving several authorities, several organizations, sometimes several states with different, you know, different law, different regulation, was really, really, and I talk about Canada, was really a challenge. And everyone has been working quite hard to make that happen. Next slide. We talk about emergency response strategy and coordination. This is what I was just talking about, how ports had to adjust, you know, the way they were used to work. The communication were also very important as part of the crisis management, talking not only internally within the organization, communicating between agencies, but most importantly, you know, communicating with the public around the ports, reassuring everyone, making sure that everyone knew what was going on. Also, what we said, the marine industry, in communicating with the ship agent, all stakeholders, letting them know what was going on, what new SOPs were about to be put in place, telling them, you know, the status of the port. All this had like a huge effect on the whole supply chain and the performance of it. There were a lot of examples, and this is why, again, through the International Harbour Master Association, we have been able to communicate and disseminate all this expertise, to share all the information about COVID, you know, what was going on, emerging issues, and sharing and providing information to all our members was really important for everyone, and everyone benefited quite heavily from, you know, all this information. Next slide. Digitalization, Captain Subramanian was talking about it. As you know, there is a requirement from IMO regarding the single window, where they are giving a date of before the 1st of January 2024. There is a text regarding the ports to have the single window. Digitalization through this pandemic has really driven many ports around the world to move toward digitalization at a faster pace. Trying to work remotely have shown also a very added benefit for everyone, and from a restriction and trying to avoid the contact and ensuring distanciation. There is a lot of development that is going on right now regarding this digitalization, and we would see the thing even growing faster. Then digitalization has been something that really was the most important development during this COVID-19. A lot of investments, a lot of projects are done around the world. I've been in contact with several ports, and this is the way, and this is where the funding are put. And we've seen, and this is also the review and what we heard from our members, that ports with that had already some digitalization and some remote availability were less impacted by this pandemic than others. Next slide. Again, I didn't want to do this presentation without having a slide about the seafarers. As I say, we are harbor masters. We are all, for a lot of us, we are all former mariners, and we know how difficult life is at sea, and seafarers are often forgotten. And this COVID had really put their situation in a very difficult time. At some point we had over 400,000 seafarers stranded at sea. As IHMA, we have been, talking, and we have been providing the information to all harbor master and to all port, for harbor master to try to do whatever they could, and however and whenever, to help support seafarers during their stay at port. It was very difficult, and as Captain Subramanian said, it was difficult not only nationally, but even the connection international. Then, as he said, it was a very complex situation, and I would like, as the president of the IHMA, to thank all the harbor masters and all the ports that have been trying to do the most to make the life of the seafarers the best possible during their stay at port. And we are still continuing working in Canada, for example, with all the authorities to try to enhance the shore leave of the seafarers, the vaccination, also trying to make it available for everyone, and we will still continue to support them. Next slide. Then at the end, why the IHMA? As I said, we are an international body working with IMO, all the international organization, and we provide a platform. We provide, for me, it's a family where we share, in a trusty way, information, experience, expertise. We have a biennial Congress. The next one is coming in June 2021. It's going to be in Portland. We are very honored for that, and we are looking forward for that Congress. We have forums, webinars, and we have a lot of document information that we can and we will share with all our members. We also provide professional development, and we welcome anyone, everyone, to come and visit our website and to talk to, next slide, please, and to talk to Miss Sabrina Delilis, who is the secretary for the association, and she will be more than happy to provide you any information to become a member. And thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.